Good evening. We're back with yet another edition of News Night. And our top focus today is Siddaramaiah, former Chief Minister of Karnataka, senior Congress party leader. His party might be in power still in Karnataka, but for Siddaramaiah, problems of his people seemingly are not his worries. During a visit to Badami in Karnataka, a region that is drought-hit currently, the former Chief Minister mocked the people for voting for the BJP at the centre. This attitude is not new for politicians in the state. The current Chief Minister too had rebuked voters just this past week, asking them to take their problems to Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, because they simply voted for the BJP. Listen in to this entitled politician.
ನಿಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಬಾದಾಮಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು ಬಾದಾಮಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ 9,000 ಲೀಡು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಓಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋರೆ ಅಂತ ಓಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಜನಗಳು, ನನಗಂತೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರೆ ಅಂತ ಓಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ.
That tone also is quite problematic, and I want to talk to our guests tonight. Ashutosh Mishra joins us. He's a senior journalist and political analyst. Also, Rajiv Pandey will be joining us, spokesperson of the BJP. We have a third guest. I'll introduce him as and when he does join us. Ashutosh Mishra, I'd like to start with you. Isn't the tone problematic? Not just the tone, but the content of what Mr. Siddaramaiah said currently. He said, you know, we were the ones who gave you the panchayat. Why did you then vote for somebody else? Voters in this country, Mr. Mishra, are not beholden to anybody, not any political leader, not any political party. So what if they voted for somebody else? Is every politician now in Karnataka and other states now going to hold that over people who might have voted for somebody else? Is that the way the Congress party and certainly Mr. Siddaramaiah is looking to stay in power and be relevant in Karnataka politics? This is highly disappointing, Mr. Mishra.
Why do you see it from this point of view, Atar?
What else is there?
Why don't you see as a banter by someone who wants to ask the people who in the local body elections had voted for Congress and in state elections they had voted for Congress? Why the question here that Siddaramaiah is trying to ask these people is that we are the people, that is the Congress and Siddaramaiah, who is serving the people, but when it comes to coming the vote, you get swayed by one Mr. Modi who comes up with things like Pulwama and who doesn't talk about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas when asking for votes in Lok Sabha elections. He asks for votes in the name of Pulwama victims. So he's asking that when it comes to service, we are the people who are providing service. What have we done wrong that you don't vote for us when it comes to Lok Sabha
Mr. Mishra, you know, this is a very interesting
I would like
way
to point out, it is not in the same category as Menka Gandhi threatening Muslims that we will have this sort of categorization if you don't vote for BJP.
It's a very interesting take.
And it's better than what we saw yesterday where Akash Vijay Varghese was beating up...
No, clearly better than that. But it's a very interesting take, Mr. Mishra, on the take that you are giving us right now. It's very interesting. But again, I'd like to point out that this was hardly banter. Mr. Siddaramaiah has been known. In fact, Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy has been known. Just last week, when he went to a village, he chastised those poor voters, suggesting that if you have problems, you take it to Prime Minister Modi since you voted for him. Now, this doesn't really look like banter. This looks like, as the BJP would say today, this looks like some sort of blackmail that Mr. Siddaramaiah is indulging in. I'm very intrigued by the take you gave it right now, but I'm sure the BJP and many others in Karnataka don't see it that way. He said, he never used the word that we provide service. He said we were the ones who got the panchayat there. Since we were working for you, you again went and voted for the BJP. It didn't look like banter, Mr. Mishra. That's all I'm trying to point out here.
No, maybe their dialogue delivery is not as good as Mr. Modi's, but the point here is that even after the Lok Sabha elections, when it was the local body elections in Karnataka again, it was the Congress and JDS who got more seats than BJP. So he's asking this question. I mean, he might be as intrigued as you and I are that why do people, when it comes to local issues, they know that they are being served by Congress and JDS. But in case of Lok Sabha elections, they don't vote for those
But
parties.
he could have phrased it better.
This
He could have
might
phrased
be
it better
bothering
clearly.
them.
And there is some truth in what Mr. Mishra is saying, Rajiv Pandey. Immediately after the Lok Sabha election, the Congress party did win civil body polls there, civic body polls and the local polls, and they did rather well there. So clearly, if you had to look at it from that perspective, one could argue, for the sake of argument, that Siddaramaiah was merely trying to put that point across, that we are the ones giving you amenities, facilities and working for you. But then he was expressing his disappointment at why the people had voted for the BJP. Do you buy that argument, first of all, Mr. Pandey?
Atharji, I have 3 points on this subject. First, that Congress is in the mode of that Samanti, that we did this to you. We gave this to you. This I have done for you. You know, politicians, whether it is member of parliament or MLA or CM or ministers or PM, they are there, they are doing their duty as a service to the common man. So if somebody has done something, you can't say that I have done this. It is Janta is Janardhan. They have to take a call after every 5 years that whom they are going to vote and who has done real work for them. That is my first point. So Congress should change that habit. Rahul Gandhi, in every speech, he used to talk like an arrogant man, that we did this, we will give you. Who are you? You are nobody. It is our taxpayers' money. No politician gives anything.
Mr. Pandey, isn't it the same thing the BJP leaders also say, that we will do this for you, we did that for you? How is it any different?
No, they said we have done this for you, so you have to give me the vote. We do, politician has to do service. They have to serve the people, and then that service has to be judged by the common man, and then to take a call whom to vote. That was my first point. Athar, let me complete. I will take 1 more minute. Second point is, Mr. Siddaramaiah, who is a Congress leader, like his leader Rahul Gandhi, he doesn't understand even the constitutional positions. Lok Sabha election is fought on different issue. Vidhan Sabha is fought on different issue. Local body election are fought on different issue. Nation knows very well that who can protect this country, who can govern this country on macro level better, and on that basis, because the central laws has to be made by the parliament,
I think
so that is done. As far as that JDS and Congress got more seats, they should be ashamed. They fought
Okay, now we're also being joined right now by Abdul Razak Khan. Joining us now is Mr. Abdul Razak Khan as well. Before I go to Mr. Razak Khan, very quickly, Ashutosh Mishra, I believe you had a rebuttal to what Mr. Pandey was saying. And after that, before I go to Mr. Razak Khan, I also want to show our viewers what H.D. Kumaraswamy had said very, very recently to illustrate my point. But go ahead, Mr. Mishra, first, then we'll play that particular bite. Go ahead, Mr. Mishra.
So, my simple submission is that when Mr. Modi went to ask for votes, he did not ask it in the name of the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas or the services that he had done. Number 2, whenever he went, he said, Kamal ka button dabaoge, तो सारे वोट मोदी के पास आएंगे. So the representatives, people, the MPs who are actually the local representatives are good for nothing for BJP, for them, but for this constitutional problem that Mr. Modi cannot fight from all the seats, they would have put up Mr. Modi in all the 542 seats, and because they ask for votes in his name, and when he goes, he never talks about his own whatever he has done. He's either abusing Mr. Nehru or Mr. Rajiv Gandhi or whatever.
What does that prove?
He never
Mr. Mishra, what does that prove? One second. It only proves that Mr. Modi is a very consummate politician, and that's not really a bad thing in this day and age. Anyway, I want to move across now to Mr. Razak Khan. Mr. Razak Khan.
Say anything.
Yes, one second. Mr. Razak Khan, just a week ago, I believe, Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy said words to the effect of, you know, if you have your problems, take it to Mr. Modi since you voted for him. Now we have Mr. Siddaramaiah today. In that particular speech, we can play that soundbite for you again if you want us to. He says, we are the ones working for you. We are the ones who gave you the panchayat, but you still voted for Mr. Modi. Now, this is being seen, Mr. Razak, and I'm not saying it necessarily is, but it's being seen as arrogance by a Congress leader who's mocking voters for their choice, for their informed choice of voting for a different political party. How would you see this?
Definitely not arrogant. Let me tell you one thing. Siddaramaiah is very much known to speak his heart out. He doesn't keep something in the heart and something in the mouth. whenever he speaks his heart out. It has been very much clear by the recent statement that he has made. Whenever he speaks, in any public meeting or anywhere, he speaks his heart out. So it is something like, it is not grudge, I should say. I should say it's an emotional touch with the voter that he has. Because even if you see the results, the urban local body polls, Congress scored more rather than BJP after the Lok Sabha election results. So what I'm saying is, it was an emotional touch with the voter. It's like, I have done everything for you. I have promised 150 things in my election manifesto, and I kept up everything except for two things which are not.
But it's also being seen, Mr. Razak Khan, as at least by the BJP, which says that this is this feudal mentality that the Congress believes still in this day and age, that you rule like the erstwhile rulers of yore used to, that if the king is happy, only then will he or she give it to you. Otherwise, you're not really a voter and in an independent country, but you're still feudal subjects. That's the mindset the BJP alleges is behind these statements. And I'll just quickly play out what H.D. Kumaraswamy had said just last week, I believe. This is not very far back. This is very recent. This is what H.D. Kumaraswamy told voters in a village in Karnataka. Take a look at this. Razak Khan, this was H.D. Kumaraswamy, still the Chief Minister of Karnataka, when the people were in fact, talking to him and showing them exactly what they needed, talking about their woes. Mr. Kumaraswamy turns around and says, this is what you get for voting for Mr. Modi. You should learn to respect people. Should we order a lathi charge for you? Etc., etc. Is that the way a Chief Minister should really behave with voters who are ultimately the Mai-Baap in a democracy?
2 points, sir. The answer to your first question is those BJP people who are questioning us today should first go and question Maneka Gandhi, who was asking the voters, if you vote for me, I will work for you. If you don't vote for me, I will definitely not vote.
But Mr. Razak Khan, we condemned Maneka Gandhi then also. We condemned that statement. But is this statement any better? And does that statement, which was completely ridiculous by Maneka Gandhi, give anyone the right to do the same, sir?
Now coming to the second point, the Chief Minister, despite his health condition, is out there in the village, traveling in a local train, in a local bus, sleeping there in the village, understanding the people's problems, and finding a resolution for that. But some BJP people want to come there and provoke the Chief Minister. They are on an agenda. They want to come out there and provoke the Chief Minister and try to show him down, because he's gaining much popularity today, addressing the people, addressing the...
No, but you say this is, Mr. Razak Khan, with all due respect, you say this is a plan by the BJP, etc., etc. People were just telling Mr. Kumaraswamy their problems. And how did he respond? He didn't say that, yes, I'll help you out. He said, look, this is what you get when you vote for Modi and the BJP. I mean, is that the way that you address your voters, you address people who you are elected to serve? Mr. Pandey, also, do you buy the fact that there is a BJP plan, a strategy behind this to try and embarrass people like Mr. Kumaraswamy? Do you accept that charge, Mr. Pandey?
Not at all, Athar. Actually, what has happened after 23rd May, many people have completely lost their mind. From H.D. Kumaraswamy to Siddaramaiah to Mamata Banerjee, they talk anything, whatever there comes in their mind. Election is over. Let us govern we should give good governance to the people. You are CM. You are not CM of only Congress and JDS voters. You are CM of the whole Karnataka. And what I am trying to say, what Ashutosh Mishra ji has said, BJP last time got 17 seats, and people of Karnataka were so happy by the performance of the central government, they increased it to 25. You should respect the mandate, sir. And as far as the Congress is concerned, they reduced their in Vidhan Sabha, but because of this unholy alliance, only 4 seats were less to BJP.
Okay, Mr. Mishra wants to come in.
So now your duty is to serve the all people, one to all.
Mr. Mishra wants to come in on this.
And talking about the Maneka Gandhi ji and all, Maneka Gandhi ji has never talked.
2 points. No, but 2 points, Athar.
Very quickly, Mr. Mishra. Yes, go ahead, please.
So 2 points. Number one, what Mr. Pandey is talking about, or rather Mr. Razak was talking about, this heckling. we had seen this happening in when Priyanka Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi used to go for electioneering. There were people who used to go there and shout Modi Modi slogans. So this heckling is a part of BJP culture. Now, number two, if Mr. Pandey is so sure that the people are vote depending on the performance of the government, so what happened just in 1 month that the same people who had given more seats to BJP in Lok Sabha elections gave more seats to Congress and JDS in local body elections? That's what I'm saying. But that's the thing that Mr. Kumaraswamy and Mr. Sitaramayya are trying to tell the people, that we are the people who are serving you, we provide you all the services. Why do you get swayed by things which do not actually affect your daily life? Because that is false propaganda. You create a fear psychosis that the country is under threat from foreign forces. You use the satellite which was made during the UPA rule and try to claim as if it's a great achievement of Modi government.
Mr. Mishra, but that still doesn't exclude. I'll give you a small example, sir. I will give you a small example, sir. Rajiv ji, 1 second, give me a second. I'll give you a small example, sir. Okay, go ahead, Rajiv.
I am saying this is the idea of Congress and the people who are defeated. They think that people are not having that much brain which Ashutosh Mishra ji is having. They think that people are led and made fool. Please understand, Janta is Janardana.
What is 1.5
You are, sir, nobody.
One at a time, please.
Janta has decided
What
the
BJP
way
has got.
One person at a time. One person at a time. Mr. Mishra and Mr. Razak, I also have a point for you very quickly. Even if I hypothetically try and understand and get and even buy what Mr. Mishra and Mr. Razak are saying, that this was a banter, this was something, an emotional touch really with the people who the Congress party has served. Look at what the Prime Minister said, at least publicly, in Parliament on the floor of the House in his first maiden speech. He mentioned that we have to work for all those who even didn't vote for us. He said that publicly. Now, you can debate Mr. Mishra and Mr. Khan about the veracity and the authenticity of that emotion, of that particular sentiment. But at least he said that publicly. He said that even if you didn't vote for me, my government will work for you. And that's the Prime Minister of the country saying this publicly. What stops people like Mr. Sitaramayya, Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy from adopting the same attitude? That's the problem here. They don't say that.
After on one side, the Prime Minister is
So
making
as Mr.
Razak Khan will go first, then Mr. Mishra.
After on one side, the Prime Minister is making a statement. On the other side, the Netas are using cricket bats to hit the officers. Netas are hitting women on the road in Gujarat. So that is one side of the story. Other side, coming to the incident which happened in Karnataka where Kumaraswamy spoke to these people, let me tell you, actually the Chief Minister has gone there to that village to listen to the people of that village, address their problems and, give some kind of resolution to it. When the Chief Minister is leaving with an agenda, if you come out there and try to block his, convoy and try to create a problem, try to talk something and try to heckle, then is when the Chief Minister gets annoyed. Because the Chief Minister was there the whole day. He wanted to address he wanted people to come and address him. Why didn't these BJP people go there to the Pendon?
Okay.
There was,
Okay, you're still sticking to your original. Fair enough. Mr. Mishra, same question goes for you. If the Prime Minister can at least publicly acknowledge that not everyone voted for him, but even those who didn't, his government will work for those people. That's a magnanimous statement to make. Now, you can debate the authenticity and the intent behind it, but at least he made that statement. At least he got that point across, didn't he?
Yeah, so what you are trying to say is good at PR.
Don't put words in my mouth, sir. Please, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can debate the authenticity of it. But at least the Prime Minister said it. He said it publicly on the floor of Parliament.
And he, even when he went to Kerala, if you remember, he had gone there to visit the Guruvayur temple, and he was trying to tell the people, आपने हमारे लिए वोट नहीं किया, तब भी हम आपके पास आए. I have come to you even though you have not voted for me. Was he doing a favor to those people? He wasn't. So this is the way, there is a way of speaking, and at times what the politician is trying to say may sound different to the opposition party. That's exactly what's happening here. Mr. Siddharamaiah or Mr. Kumaraswamy are not running down the, I mean, did when Mr. Modi went to Kerala, was he running down the Kerala people? That, okay, I will do you a great favor, you haven't voted for me, but still I
want
will
to get
work
Mr. Rajiv Pandey on this.
You work for the people because you vote for.
The idea here is, Mr. Pandey, as Mr. Mishra is trying to say, and correct me, Mr. Mishra, if you think I'm wrong, is the lost in translation defense. That the emotion really was, the heart was in the right place, and those people who are trying to point fingers at it don't understand that Mr. Siddharamaiah was trying to establish or re-establish an emotional connect with the voter that his government or the government of Congress, JDS in Karnataka had worked for. More of an emotional thing than anything else.
Atharji, that it is always a good defense that the translation is bad or good. I will not go on that. The intent is very clear because they are unable to digest the verdict given by the people of this country. Now the second point, as Ashutosh Mishra is saying, it is a PR exercise. Show me one policy of the government which discriminates because of the caste or religion. Show me if roads are being constructed, railway tracks are being increased, Ujjwala Yojana is there. That's why you could not understand the hard work of Modi in the name of and you kept on abusing, and people have given more than 50% vote.
Let him finish his point, please. Let him finish his point.
You know, you cannot just, for the sake of arguing, you argue. I am saying, show me one policy which says that the policy discriminates on the basis of caste, reason or religion, and then come to this debate.
Make this a caste issue. This is not a caste issue. This is just that, when we are providing everything to you, why did you not vote for us? Where did we go wrong? Please let us know so that we could correct ourselves. That was the question. Don't look at it as an arrogance. It was not an arrogance, Siddharamaiah. It was a Siddharamaiah who wants to know.
Siddharamaiah and H.D. Kumaraswamy has threatened the people that look, H.D. Kumaraswamy categorically stated, now you go and get your work done by the central government, by the Modi ji, because you have voted for Modi ji.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mishra, I'll give you the last word. I have to conclude this debate very quickly. Mr. Mishra, go ahead.
No, what I simply want to say is that even Mr. Modi's chief economic advisor has exposed that most of the statistics doled out by Mr. Modi's previous government cannot be trusted. You are falsifying statistics and then yourself don't have the guts to go and ask for vote in the name of those works. Whenever you go, you never ask for vote in the name of those schemes.
So the Congress party and the JDS maintain. All right. We are out of time, gentlemen. We're out of time on this. We're out of time. I must thank Rajiv Pandey, Ashutosh Mishra and Abdul Razak Khan for joining us on Newsnight. I've been Athar Khan. Thank you for watching.